Ravi Shankar. But for the information of my friends from India here, I learned the art of living from my Argentine gurus. My guru is a pop singer called Axel. And here's this song which defines the art of living. Celebra la vida, segundo a segundo, nada se guarda, todo se blenda. That is the art of living. So, how did I live in Argentina? I used to start the morning celebrating life with the Media Luna y Cortadito. Afternoon with alfajores y dulce de leche. Evening with Malbec and beef chorizo. And to end the night with the tango and milonga. Well, when I retired from Argentina in 2012, I told my Argentine friends, hey buddies, that's the end. I've become 60, now I've become old. I've committed enough sins, I enjoyed life. So now it's time for me to go and wash my sins in Rio Ganges, go up to Himalayas, go to Benares, or to Haridwar and Rishikesh. But my Argentine friends, very dear friends, they told me, Che, don't be a boludu. Don't talk like a pelotudo. And they gave me an advice. Don't stop having fun when you are old. You become old only when you stop having fun. So I am following this Argentine advice very seriously since. Now let me tell you the complementarity between the mindset between India and Argentina. Just like I got attached to the Argentine way of life, how the Argentines got attached, and not only attached, and refined the Indian art of living. Ravi Shankar had been to Argentina a few times, but there is an Argentine music band called Yoga Rave. They are the followers of Ravi Shankar, and they sing in nightclubs in Argentina with about 700-800 jóvenes, teenagers in the nightclub, but all the songs are in Sanskrit, pure Sanskrit. And in between the songs, they make the audience to do yoga exercises and to do meditation. And in the nightclub, when they have this yoga rave party, there is no alcohol, no non-vegetarian food, no drugs, no nothing. The Argentines have taken the Indian art of living to a new level, and they have taken to the nightclub. That is the complementarity between the mindset of Indians and the Argentines. Now let me tell you about the business complementarity. I'll illustrate with a few points of complementarities between India and Argentina in business. Agriculture and food. Argentina could be a long-term partner for India in certain items like vegetable oil and pulses. India is one of the largest importers of vegetable oil in the world, and Argentina is the world's largest exporter of soya oil in the world. And we have been importing between $1 and $2 billion of soya oil from Argentina for the past several years. But I would like to tell my Argentine friends, particularly the minister here, that if you see the statistics of India's imports, of course we import palm oil, sunflower and soya, all of them put together. In the year 1992, India imported 1 million tons of vegetable oil. 10 years later, in 2002, India imported 4 million tons. 10 years later, in 2012, it imported 10 million tons. And now by 2022, India is projected to import 20 million tons. Now, our minister should take back this message to Argentina that with this growth in India, the growth of population and consumption and the growing gap between domestic production and the demand, there is a tremendous, relentless growth in imports. Now, has Argentina's exports to India is proportional to this? No. I have a small suggestion for the Argentine delegation. I think they should have an agricultural attaché in the embassy here or in your consulate in Mumbai to monitor the developments and harvest and production of vegetable oil seeds and pulses in India, and to lobby with the local government and regulations and to increase your export. The Americans have done it. The American Soya Association had spent money to promote soya here in India. Now, the other item for which there is future scope, which is now starting, is pulses. Same like vegetable oil, India has been steadily increasing the import of pulses. Last year it was about 3.8 million tons. It comes from Canada, Myanmar, Australia, Turkey. Argentina has the potential to export pulses to India. They already exported about 40 to 50,000 tons in the last 2 years. And given this tremendous demand in India, there is fantastic scope for you to export pulses also. So this fits in with the food security of India. Now, the other area where there is a future potential is in energy. I know at the moment Argentina is energy deficit, but Argentina has the world's second largest shale oil reserves, 27 billion barrels, and the fourth largest shale gas reserves of 800 trillion feet. Now, they already started exploiting it. So when they go into full production, they would have sufficient surplus for exports to countries like India. But this complementarity is there not only in natural resources, it is also there in human resources. Argentina has one of the well-educated, cosmopolitan, talented human resources in Latin America. The Indian companies have a lot of confidence in the Latin American, in the Argentine staff, managers and talents. We have an Indian company called Aegis, AEGIS, which belongs to the SR Group. They have a BPO, Business Process Outsourcing Office in Argentina. They employ 5,000 Argentines. There is not a single Indian there. Not even the local manager is an Argentine guy, and they do a fantastic job, and our company is very happy. There is a KPO, Knowledge Process Outsourcing Center in Buenos Aires, run by Chrysler Irevna. They have got about 80 high-end Argentines with PhDs in economics and markets, doing high-end research for Wall Street firms. There's not a single Indian there. Everything is done by the local Argentines. You know, at the height of financial crisis in 2008, there was fire in Wall Street. So the Wall Street guys asked the Indian company, hey, please send your experts, we need to do some firefighting, do some work. And Chrysler Irevna was having a dilemma. Should we send the Argentines or should we send a joint team? How do we go about it? But the Argentine guys in Buenos Aires, they said, don't worry, you send us, we'll manage. And they went and they did a damn good job. The Wall Street was very happy. Now, it's not only in BPO and KPO. We have a manufacturing company called UPL, United Phosphorus Limited.